Hey there, everyone. Good morning to you. I hope you woke up and didn't have to go to work today because it's Thanksgiving, right? It's super early in the morning. I guess I woke up at 3 something, whatever. There's a lot to do. I fell asleep earlier than normal. I actually fell asleep on Wednesday for the first time in a long time. Made it until before midnight when I fell asleep. Anyway, we're doing a recap of the sports from Wednesday here on Thanksgiving morning. And you're looking at teams that are named NBA teams, by the way. The NBA algorithm is under construction. It doesn't work yet. It's all screwed up. I don't know what the heck's going on. But I spent a couple hours on it tonight because people care, and we have got a shell of something, and I'm going to start figuring out what on earth to do and what categories are involved in NBA that make NBA matter. That's right. I think I might put a category here for how many times Kyrie Irving's been vaccinated. I think it matters. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. But point is, we have a bunch of columns here that we're going to start working with. And when I figure out what the hell's going on, I'll get a video up tonight with predictions for Friday's games, which are these are Friday games, right? No, these were games from Wednesday. It'll retroactively predict Wednesday's games once I figure this out. These last three, I guess. Anyway, so NBA getting started. There's progress. How about hockey? How'd that go? So there were like 13 or 14 games here. There's some pushes I want to talk about, but overall hockey an okay day. I made one big huge crazy bet and I went 4-3 on my 7 hockey picks, and we'll see if I can remember what I won and lost as we go through the list. Boston destroys Buffalo. Final score is the projected score. Jesus, it's a nice start. I of course didn't bet the game at all. I didn't like the line. Boston wins. Philadelphia and Florida. I didn't bet Florida for some reason because I didn't like the line. They beat Philadelphia. Good job, algorithm. Minnesota, New Jersey. I stayed away because the game was too close. Minnesota barely beats them, just like the algorithm said. That's a win. Vancouver and Pittsburgh. How did I not bet this game? Vancouver's playing like crap. Pittsburgh crushes it almost exactly as the raw projected score. 5th pick of the day wins. I don't bet it. What did I bet? I bet Washington. Bet Washington to win. There's 6 goals. I don't know who scored. I bet you Ovechkin did. We'll find out. Good job, Caps. So when I go with my son to wait to talk, I saw Garnet Hathaway's the only one I saw today at the practice. We were at the practice facility. Didn't run into anybody else. I just sat there and did work while my kid waited anxiously, and no one came out for him to sign anything, and I laughed. I was like, there you go. Well, looks like you're out of luck, buddy. Get used to a world of waiting and having nothing good happen. All right, keep going. Winnipeg and Columbus. Push. I called it a push game. When it doesn't do anything and the margin's below 10%, and we talk about it during the day, and I'm like, oh, this is the algorithm says it doesn't know. I want to call these results all pushes because it's unfair to call them wins or losses because that's not the way we treated them when we read the algorithm. Algorithm said too close to call. That can be an option in a game. Bet, winning bet, non-winning bet. Or it said don't bet. We should have all options. St. Louis and Detroit. This hurt. Philly, so I changed his rating when I looked at his goals against, which was distorted at 0.5, and I didn't do it before the video. It sucks. I had them to win. They lost because that's the way it goes. Rangers, number 1 pick. Off the wall hockey, guys, number 1 pick. Everybody clean sweeps. We have a 4-1 game as raw projected score, apparently projected. Beautiful. Great line. Everybody wins. I did have them. I did win that pick. Vegas and Nashville was a push game. Vegas wins slightly. Algorithm, I guess, slightly would have been right. Anaheim and Colorado. I took Anaheim plus 1.5 because I am a sadist. And I go against the algorithm because I like Anaheim. Like, Troy Terry's a good player. And I'm a loser. And that one I lose to the algorithm. So that's why I should have been 5-2 on my round robin instead of 4-3. Edmonton and Arizona. For a straight bet for fun when this game was tied 1-1, I bet on Arizona and Scott Wedgwood, and my money is now in the fire and burnt as Edmonton wins 5-3. Once again, algorithm kicks my ass. Toronto. I had Toronto. I took Toronto to win. They won 6-2. Algorithm, number 2 pick of the day all the way. Good job, Toronto. Everybody wins. Carolina loses. hey, you were number 6 algorithm. This one, Carolina and the algorithm and I went down together. I took them just to win. They lost to the Kraken. My old roommate apparently making, giving Phil Grubauer good pep talks and making him play better. And they win a low-scoring game. Didn't see that coming. Damn. That's what causes me to lose money. So everybody loses there. And San Jose obviously beats Ottawa. Everybody knew it. And so does the algorithm. So pretty good day hockey-wise. I'll be interested to see Friday. So we get the day off on Thanksgiving. These guys get to go home and have turkey with their, in Brampton or wherever they go, somewhere in Calgary, or in Manitoba. Everyone's just going home for Thanksgiving here in the NHL. So that's the hockey update. How about college basketball? I haven't even looked yet. I have no idea. So Google Sheet. Guys, you're updating. It's good. People are doing scores. People are typing stuff. People are realizing this is a good thing. And 44-21 looks pretty awesome on its face. I was entering some scores today myself, and freaking awesome. I mean, pretty awesome. So how awesome was it? Let's find out. I don't know. I haven't looked yet. Okay, so we try to take these 65 games and make it somewhat digestible. And what happened? How do we do that? Well, first thing we said is our pot of gold picks, or the picks I say to play, are home underdogs. Look at that, because I said play them all. They go fucking 1-3. Fantastic. Now, 2-2 on the spread at least. Loyola was way up there and lost. Harvard had to take it to overtime with a miracle 3. I watched some of this game before I fell asleep. This dude scored with like a second left from way, way out from 3-point when somebody batted out an initial shot. Initial shot rebounded, got batted out instead of like... or some reason it was batted out, and the guy caught it from going like over his head, and back into the backcourt. He caught it, and then just with a second left, he just heaved something up, and he freaking swished it. It was hilarious, and they win the game. So that's awesome, but Virginia Tech, I guess, loses to Memphis. That's where I fell asleep. What happened? 80-80, they lose 61-69. It's just not a good pick. I mean, the margin's 5%. I don't know if things were true home games or not. Probably nothing was a true home game today. There was like a freaking tournament everywhere. Where's Memphis? So, no, not a true home game even. So at least I can say it's not a true home game. I mean, yeah, it was a tough board with this today. All right, so not good. All right, well that's that. There was only 4 games. All right, fine. Somebody won. So Harvard wins at plus 135, but nobody else wins. So not a good day for those. Fine. We hit like 5-1 the day before. All right, how about all home teams? 28-5. That looks pretty awesome. Was there money to be made here? 20-13 on the stretch. So just our home teams. Keep in mind. Oh yeah, here's how we do this. Let's bring in where the location was if we did this right. Okay. So all you guys that typed this stuff in here, and I like that you typed in duplicate and you understand to type it in both lines and why that's important when we're bringing it into the data set, because somebody did it without doing that like the second day, and now they're doing it, and I think that's because you realize what the point of it is, which is to bring it right here so we can answer all these questions and get even better data about what we did. So that looks right. All right, now what that's going to do is that's going to open up all the locations right here. All the locations just popped up in this slicer of where all these things were. And I want to ignore, for the purposes of some purposes here, I want to ignore neutral site games and tournament games. They're not traditional college basketball games where one team is home and one team is away, like this algorithm is built to predict, which are only these games, the ones that don't have a title on them. And that's 15-0. Hilarious. How did I know? How did I know without even doing this? Yep. Awesome. Son of a gun. That's how we do it. That's why it's important to get the list filled up. I know people have been helping. We fixed the Louisiana Monroe situation, for example. People have been helping. I love it. But this is what I'm sure people were trying to do this But had we had this list in the morning, and we had been able to click this in the morning and be like, show me all non-neutral site games that are underdogs that are home. There's none. Oh, I guess we'll just have to go with home teams. That would have been these 15 that all won. That's freaking hilarious, isn't it? Only 8 and 7 on the spread because a lot of these are favorites. See, these are huge favorites up here. Some of these are unbettable. There's another filter we can put on here to kind of show you some more value about what we're looking at, which is, let's say we care about money lines that are only bettable, right, and not spread games. Then the money line, for example, has to be greater than, I don't know, greater than negative 999. Okay, so I always do this wrong. Value filters greater than, not health, Jesus Christ, money line. Money line is greater than negative 999. All right, so what happens is all those games that were kind of unbettable and too big money line here, they all went away, right? That's this stuff. See if it's, yeah, these, there were 15 games after we do that. How do we go forward again, Excel? You guys screwed me up. I used to be able to know how to go forward. All right, let's see, value greater than, not health, but money line greater than 999. And you go from 15 to 8. So 7 games go off the list, I guess, if we did that right. And you have all this stuff bettable. And this is freaking 8 games. It makes me want to open up the round robin calculator and tell you what this paid, because there's no underdog on this list. But these are reasonable. That's reasonable. That's a kind of reasonable. That's bettable on a round robins. Like all of this probably paid really, really well. You want me to open this up? No, I'm not gonna do it. I got other stuff I want to do. But amazing. Canisius, Fairfield, Cornell, FIU, NJIT, Texas, San Antonio, Radford, Air Force. Margins from 3.8 to 27, but they're all true home teams, and that put them over the top in terms of winning the game. You can see only half of them covered the spread, but this is magic right here, right? It's magic that I was able to click a couple things and get 15 winners. Wow. All right. That's awesome. And what about our away teams? 2 and 6, because away is so hard to truly win on the road. That's why. But they do better on the spread, right? Or about the same. Even. Fascinating. All right. So all games in general, though, because you look at the day with all games when you're looking at it in the morning, you can't avoid it. Really, really good looking stuff. I mean, all home teams 28-5. Loyola somehow loses this game with a huge margin against Michigan State. The algorithm's been like underestimating Michigan State all year. 2 times we've been favored against them and lost. Tons of wins. This is great home team wise. All right, well, I can see why you guys didn't win a ton of money, because the underdog round robin didn't win. But man, oh man, tomorrow, you know what I'm going to press? I'm going to press this, and then there ain't going to be any, and then it'll be home teams that are truly home teams, and we're going to go down the list and find everything bettable, just like this, and bet money lines. And man, you could look at that. That's 15-0. That's no joke. You can see it too in your own file. Son of a gun. That is awesome. So get ready for... They're not giving these kids a rest. I mean, there are freaking games. Look at this. I was like, no way. I was like, Connecticut and Michigan State are... Michigan State's probably going to win. We saw how tough... it's going to be a hell of a game. That's what I'll tell you. Here's how you simulate this game, even though I haven't updated this file for tomorrow. But forget it. This video is already too long. Recap's supposed to be short. All right, I will do a video for college basketball before noon because it's Thanksgiving. What the hell else I got to do? As you can see, NBA will get worked on tomorrow, and there's a bunch of football to watch. And I said bet on Detroit. The only thing to remember about football is to bet on Detroit to win. Wow, I said that out loud, and I have some actual confidence that might happen, even though they haven't won all year. It's time to give thanks. All right. Have a good holiday, everybody. Be safe and have fun, and let's win some games.